You've probably had that moment of panic. You're alone at home, everything is quiet, and suddenly, there it is. A cockroach. Maybe crawling on the wall, or worse, flying toward you. But what you might not know is that this little disgusting insect holds some truly disturbing secrets. Did you know, for example, that a cockroach can survive up to 30 minutes underwater? That's right. It's not an exaggeration or a myth. They can really do that. And there's more, much more. But before we dive into the bizarre world of cockroaches, and believe me, by the end of this video you'll never look at them the same again, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any mind-blowing facts like this one. And drop a comment below. What's the scariest experience you've ever had with a cockroach? Let's go. If you thought flushing a cockroach down the toilet was the end of the story, think again. Cockroaches breathe through structures called spiracles, which are tiny openings located along their bodies. When they're submerged, these spiracles close up, preventing water from entering and allowing the insect to hold its breath for long periods. That means they literally go into a kind of standby mode, conserving oxygen. In other words, pouring water on them isn't very effective. They can stay there, completely still, just waiting for the right moment to come out alive. Now brace yourself. A cockroach can live for up to a week without its head. This happens because a cockroach's nervous system is decentralized. They don't rely on the brain for many basic functions. On top of that, their circulatory system is entirely different from ours. They don't have blood as we know it, and their internal pressure is extremely low. That means they don't bleed out when decapitated. The only reason they die is because, without a mouth, they can't drink water. In other words, a cockroach dies of thirst, not from losing its head. Just imagine how terrifyingly resilient a creature must be to continue walking around with no head. And what about radiation? Would they survive a nuclear war? That's a classic pop culture reference. But is it true? The short answer is yes, to an extent. Cockroaches are much more resistant to radiation than humans. While we can't survive a dose above 10 grays, some species of cockroaches can withstand up to 100 grays. That's 10 times more. They wouldn't survive a direct blast, but they could resist radioactive environments that are lethal to us. So yes, if the world were to end in nuclear war, there's a real chance cockroaches would be the last ones standing, waving us goodbye. And believe it or not, cockroaches have been to space. You thought only humans and dogs joined the space race? Cockroaches did too. In 2007, Russia sent cockroaches into space on the Photon M mission. The goal was to study how microgravity affects living beings. The result? The cockroaches not only survived the extreme conditions, but those that made it in space had offspring that were faster than their Earth-born counterparts. They didn't just survive, they thrived. They may be tiny, but cockroaches are also extremely fast. A domestic cockroach can run up to 5 kilometers per hour. For perspective, if a cockroach were the size of a human, that would be over 300 kilometers per hour. They also have a reaction time of just 8 milliseconds, making them nearly impossible to crush unless you're lightning fast or incredibly lucky. Cockroaches are also resistant to many things that would kill us. They've evolved over millions of years with biological mechanisms that neutralize toxins. That's why many commercial insecticides stop working over time. Cockroaches quickly develop resistance. You might kill a few today, but you'll be breeding a stronger generation tomorrow. They can also eat almost anything. Paper, glue, soap, hair, dead skin, even feces. Cockroaches are practically disgusting recycling machines. This explains why they can survive in extreme environments with very little food. And get this, some species can go up to a month without eating. That means that even in seemingly clean environments, they can continue to live and reproduce. Speaking of which, their reproduction rate is insane. A single cockroach can produce hundreds of offspring in a short amount of time. And the worst part? Some species don't even need a male to reproduce. They can do it alone, through a process called parthenogenesis. That means even one isolated cockroach in your house can start an infestation. So why are they so resistant? It all comes down to evolution. Cockroaches have existed for over 300 million years. They survived mass extinctions, drastic climate changes, and even the rise of human civilization. While dinosaurs went extinct, cockroaches kept crawling. We're talking about one of the most adaptable life forms ever to inhabit the Earth. So, are cockroaches immortal? Of course not. They die, yes. But their ability to resist extreme situations, like drowning, radiation, decapitation, starvation, and poison, places them in a completely different category. Maybe they're not superheroes, but they are super survivors. And the most terrifying part? They don't need us. But they can live very well right beside us. Now it's your turn. What did you think of these bizarre facts about cockroaches? Which one shocked you the most? Comment below. And if you enjoy this kind of curious and mind-blowing content, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and give this video a like. It helps us bring even more fascinating topics that you won't find anywhere else.